There isn't an English expression, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I checked out Fleabag. And it's actually kind of a dumpster way of lodging. I thought it's like a fly maybe, and a bag, like a catching device to get, nope. It's a kind of a sleep-in, like also for sexual intercourse reasons, and real dirty and stuff. Like the word for it in German would be Absteige. So that one is like really not where you want to spend your night, rather be outside. It's much cleaner outside, I promise. So yeah. And so because I checked on Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I was also hearing Brad Pitt saying that probably he says he's been lodging at hotels, in rooms, in beds, where Leonardo DiCaprio too was lodging throughout his life. They know that they always get the suite, and so they know they've slept in the same bed. So Fleabag, by that woman, she's also like in The Office, talking into the camera, breaking the fourth wall, so to say. But that's not really what I'm thinking about. Like, do I want to have that in my movie? No, I don't, because you really have to know who's gonna be the actor or actress doing so, because I don't like the way that she does it, because she's like much. I watched Round Table with comedians, and she was much more entertaining, just talking freely about stuffs. It came all spontaneous, but the way she did it in the movie wasn't good. And also the cutting was really bad. It's not how I want it to be. So I really need to integrate into the movie script that I want it to be filmed and cut the way I did the real life of a cat, because the cat is in the middle of the picture. Your eyes don't have to stray on this canvas going to look for where is the action happening. It's always in the middle. If it's not, if something, then the camera is like this, and the bee here would fly out, but the camera won't go, Oh, and I've seen bad camera work, like the Harald Schmidt show. He had real bad camera guys, because when he told them to actually look onto on an auto route, the restaurant, the cars passing by, the lorries, in the way David Lynch would do a movie. Like Mulholland Drive was just out, and he wanted to do it in a film kind of way, and not like television would deal with the scenery. And also he added some classical music, so he went like, imagine this being a movie. And the camera guy didn't understand. He was constantly going like this, He was moving too much. A camera, and also we humans, we have a head on our shoulders. Sure, we can move that head and pan around, sure. And we also do with our eyes, like go around. But we don't really, that's like when horror happens. You go like, ooh, what's happening? But usually you're relaxed and you're just watching straight ahead. So also, a camera was so heavy in the early times of film history. And also, heavy. It got heavier and heavier because it improved. But nevertheless, it's a huge apparatus that you don't want to carry around and, behave. It doesn't behave like a small, compact camera. And then also, movies where you have like, let's say that thingy here is our protagonist. If you go filming it like this, I'm just fed up. For me, it has to be like this. If it's something that stands on the floor, it needs to be 1/3 up the frame. If it's something hanging, it needs to be 1/3 down from the upper then cutting of the frame. So that one, they never really do beautifully. So it was a Amazon filming, and then it got to be a BBC something, this flea bag. And it was all darkish, so I need to really write into my script that's the reason why, how dark it is and how grey. Because it starts really grey, but it won't end like this, because a blue eyes kind of lake at Zurich, which exists there, I want to show as is. I don't want it to look like some greyish pond. It has to be this sort of, you know, like on postcards, you got the green from the leaves of the greens, and the blue from like deep, like lightish blue sky, but no kind of white something, you know. It's got to be a clear blue sky, and then you get like white clouds, if at all. And these clouds don't spread all over the sky. It's like a bit here and there, so it looks kind of, oh yeah, nice, some new color added. So that's the way it has to look like. So then when someone wears something red, I want it to be like in a children's store. When you get 10 products from a children's store, don't worry what kind of products, and then you put them onto a white kind of paper or onto a wooden table. That table will look like some kind of a, you know, field with flowers on. Like they over exaggerate those colors the children demand. They really haven't got our trained eyes. The children, when they see a lot of contrasting bright colors, they just think of some ripe fruit and they want to have it. That's the way I see it. So later on, people develop a personal preference, a style, so they want to have like, you know, all sand and taupe and olives and stuff, kind of colors on them, but in their like flat living environment they want to have bright yellow wall, a green table in the kitchen, so it feels like picnic to eat on that table, right? And they want to have wooden walls, and they have like, you know, maybe some red stuff in the bath, like, you know, a orange curtain in the bath does a lot to that room, lightens it up. So people are different. Like Feng Shui teaches there is some kind of like, it's another type. There is like these sort of childish, let's call them children colors, you know, green, blue, red, yellow, orange, maybe pink. Yeah, no black, no white. And then there is like these looking into the nature, like this, sort of greens and browns and olive, like kind of mature colors, adult. So green belongs to the colored palette in Feng Shui, and then like gray and ochre, a mustard kind of a color, and gold and silver. These belong to that sort of other palette. So those two palettes, they always try to keep in balance. So not just take those children toys and decorate your room and interiors all with those, and yourself as well. No, the way like you look onto certain walls, parts of your home, and there you have to have bright colors and this sort of nice nature style colors as well. And so if there is a lot of browns and grays and sand and mustard color in that, you don't want to find a peaking red. So they tend to give each color a direction, like, you know, blue in the north and green in the south and stuff like that. So, well, actually it's black in the north, I guess. I'm not really sure, because a light blue is in the middle, representing a friendly sky. So that one is good for all day. You can always look onto a light blue and it won't turn you crazy. Whereas like the red and the yellow and the green and the gray, if you get too much of that, that one might kind of slow you down or exaggerate, like enervate you. So what they do is they don't put too much of those colors into a room. That's why they get a direction like north, south and stuff, so that all the colors get to have their show. So now I gotta check for rubbish bins, because it's about the right lighting for me to do some more video, some more. And yeah, it's kind of what it is. It's Saturday, you know, lots of cars, lots of people walking, people watching, disgusting smells in the air, burnt meat it is. So yes. Woo. I used to film like this a lot, so then YouTube went banning, giving me a strike. The video was banned or whatever. So, do you want to make YouTube a boring place by your videos? They went. No, not really. I wasn't intending to do anything on your YouTube. I go and check if there is this restaurant open, so that I could do 2 more rubbish bins over here. Right there, this restaurant. You know, doesn't look as if though they're open, but I'm gonna check. Oh, there is a rubbish bin out there. The entrance there in the middle has one. So bye bye.